Hey, welcome back to another tutorial. So I hope you was able to customize your models quite a lot. I'd be interested to see some of these. It's always a good exercise and you can get really detailed with them as well. So it's always good fun. Don't forget there's other standard primitives that you can play around with. But to wrap up the tutorial series here, as it is an introduction to 3ds Max and some of the modeling concepts and tools, we're just going to look at presenting this. So to do this, we're going to grab our standard view and change it to high quality. We're then going to go to create and we're going to use this little light bulb, which is lights, and we're going to make sure we're on standard. And then we're just going to drag or drop in a skylight, should I say. And you should see straight away you get some nicer sort of renders, sort of shadows and shading on this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a floor. So we're going to use the geometry standard primitive. So I'm going to add a plane. Now for the plane, I'm just going to press G to hold the grid back on. Make sure my angle snap settings off as well, and auto grid is off. I'm going to hold Control and click, and the reason I've done that is so it scales it uniformly. Scale it out like this. So I'm going to create a really large floor area for our model to sit on. I'm going to change that color perhaps to a little bit of a green or something like that. And I'm just going to move this down ever so slightly so we can just get it to there, like that. The next thing, I'm going to press F to jump into the front view. Now, your front view, you might be in a different shading mode. It might be the wireframe mode. If that's the case, just click F3, okay? And then F4 to turn off the wireframe, and you should have high quality and default shading. What we can do then is just grab our view cube and hit that 3/4 angle to have sort of an isometric view. So it fits the style really of the model. I'm going to press G to toggle off the grid, and then I'm just going to navigate to our skylight in here, and I'm just going to turn the visibility of that skylight off. Okay. Now we'll just give it a minute to build its shading. We've got a very stylized sort of model presented in an orthographic view. So it's an isometric view. So again, you can perhaps zoom out and you can see a little bit more detail of that. And then what we'll do is we'll use the tool setting up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab a viewport still. So there you can grab a viewport still. I'm going to click that. I'm going to call this intro robot. Click grab. You should be able to grab. Now make sure you've not selected anything, because it will show, as this is a viewport render, it will show like what you've selected. So make sure you've got nothing selected when you do this, and then it's just a case of saving and exporting it out in your chosen file formats, whether that's a JPEG, PNG, whatever it is you'd like to export it out as. And then you've got your first stylized robot asset created in 3ds Max as part of your introduction into the software. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial series, and hopefully if you keep an eye out, I'll see you in future videos soon enough.